today we have with us Mr. Shoib from Crezantium. So actually this company is a grow-based company. They operate mainly in Africa. To leverage the extensive network which they have in Africa, they have moved into Dore. What's your call on IGC?
Oh, there's brilliantly organized events. The networking, the opportunities, the overall facilities, the kind of hospitality, and most importantly, we are dealing with people here who are like, absolute wonderful stakeholders, and a lot of it is under stake, and it's brilliant to have such a networking. Kudos to you guys.
Given your business model, networking is important. Has this conference achieved your...
Yeah, so we are primarily moving from agro to Dore Gold. And when we came, our expectation was like, what would be our kind of reception, but we've got off. Honestly, people are ready to sign contracts with us, and that's the level of confidence this whole thing is instilling with us.
So you are able to make business deal and business out of it?
We've almost cracked a few business deals.
That's good.
Yeah.
Okay. Transformed yourself from an agro commodity to a precious metal.
There is no comparison. We are used to dealing with simple thing being like, we are used to dealing with sellers and advances and all those kind of things. Here, it's a totally different dynamics of the market. And the most key thing is, trust is out of place in here. Everything is money, cash and gold. So different dynamics and good to be part of it.
Can you tell me about your business? Where do you operate?
Like I said, we are primarily into agro, and this is our first time we are trying to diversify into gold, and IGC has provided a brilliant platform for us. So what we are doing right now is doing responsible sourcing from Ghana, which itself is quite of a challenge. You need to have the right network. So how it all started was we had brilliant networks for our agricultural commodities, and we developed a good source of trustworthy people around. And when we just wanted to leverage on these networks, and that's when we thought, okay, why don't we diversify into it? And gold, just like any diversification thought, first thing that comes to our mind. And it's a place with abundant resource. So we thought, okay, let's leverage it, and we wanted to go forward with it. And that's how we are. That's a short story. And our primary focus till this date has been on all agro commodities. Like, not to boast, but name a spice and name a pulse, name a thing. We are absolutely out there at the top to get it sorted and sourced in.
So how do you ensure responsible sourcing from it? Do you have a direct mines, or you operate with the local people there?
We operate source from mines that are PMMC and MC certified mines. So the question where we are saying that it's irresponsible or it's completely out of the window, since it's completely through from a PMMC and MC, that's the global standard for mines operating out of Ghana. That's how we ensure responsibility.
How's the regulatory environment in Ghana? It's favorable for people like you operating in this segment, or how is it?
Yeah, I mean, Ghana is definitely has its own challenges, just like any African country. We all know about the regulatory and all the things, but what is more important is the government, the central bank, and all the regulatory bodies are completely supportive of how they need to make the whole thing better. So like, small mines, support from the government, and then how international investments get into the picture. All that is trying to be regulated and brought into the right way. And because of that, it's starting to get conducive. The barriers to entry is a little something that we have to think about. But if you have the right connections and the right source of people, I think it's a great place to be in to start.
What is your business volume you're currently doing?
I told you, we are diversifying, and we are starting with around 50 kg per day and something, but our volumes can go up to 500, 600 kg per day easily. So that's the amount of upscaling that we are thinking to do in past part of our business.
How do you think India is a potential market for Dore exports?
The key thing that drives, it's not rocket science, the 0.65, the key 0.65%, right? That's the key thing that drives the Dore market imports, and based on that, I think we see a good potential for Dore imports. Geopolitical stability is also there with the current government tracking down on a lot of black goods and smuggling and all of that. So there's quite a lot of potential with Dore, and that's where we are trying to tap in at this point.
So for Indian customer, what will be your service level? From do end to end, or how is that?
We try to do what we call as CIF Incoterms, where we bring in the goods from Ghana and we can give it. We can do it through secure logistics processes, and that's our plan, because one key thing that we have to deal when dealing with Ghana is how secure is your logistics, how secure my goods are and all of that, and that is something that we try to build trust with, and having secure logistics really tries to lock that up in place. And yeah, so that's a key thing that we are working. So we bring the goods into India, and then the usual clearing and the inland transportations on the seller. So we try to make it easier to the seller and bring it to the port of entry, and then we pass it on to the seller. And after that, all the assaying process and everything, the typical evaluation happens.
India being a big market, what is your plans for India?
We are starting, and eventually what we are going to be doing is investing in mines across Ghana, and see what we can, how we can expand and utilize those. Currently we don't have plans of refining in India, because there's a lot of regulatory related content out there. So the plan is to expand export from Ghana to India and leverage the enormous market potential that we have, using Dubai and India as a central
So you want to transform yourself from basic a Dore aggregator to a mine owner?
That's where eventually we would. It's a long way to go. It's a slow process.
Yes.
Probably I heard somebody from IIM just speak about how it's second generation, third generation model. Probably second or third generation person of my family might take it up. That's
So God bless you for all your future
Thank you so
endeavors.
much.
And thank you very much for interviewing. Thank you. Thank you.